Have you ever felt like you're working hard but not really moving forward? You set goals, you make lists, you tell yourself this week will be different, but somehow the things that matter most keep getting pushed to tomorrow, and that quiet frustration starts to build. If this sounds familiar, you're not alone. And here's something that might help. 400 years ago, the samurai discovered a planning method that brought clarity to chaos. Today, I want to share that method with you. It's simple, it's powerful, and by the end of this video, you'll have a way to turn scattered energy into focused action. Let me start by telling you what I learned the hard way. A few years ago, I had 47 goals written down. I know that sounds excessive, but at the time, each one felt important. Start a business, get in shape, learn a new skill, read more books, wake up earlier. The list went on and on. I spent so much time organizing these goals, making spreadsheets, reorganizing my plans, feeling productive, but never actually finishing anything. Here's what troubled me most. I wasn't being lazy. I was working constantly, but I was starting everything and completing nothing. One evening, after another week of busy work that led nowhere, I asked myself a question. If I only had 1 year left, how many of these goals would actually matter to me? 3? Maybe 4? The rest? They were just noise. That question changed everything because I realized something the samurai understood centuries ago. The problem isn't having too few goals. It's having too many, all pulling you in different directions. Think about a samurai warrior in feudal Japan. They had to train in many disciplines: swordsmanship, archery, strategy, and more. But the legendary ones didn't try to master everything at once. They followed something called Seikaku no Keikaku, the way of clear planning. And it's surprisingly simple. Let me tell you about Miyamoto Musashi, one of Japan's most legendary swordsmen. By age 30, he'd won 60 duels without a single loss. But what made Musashi exceptional wasn't just his technique, it was what he did before each battle. While others would pray or prepare frantically, Musashi would sit in complete silence. Then he'd visualize the entire encounter, not just the movements, but his purpose, why this mattered, what he was protecting. Only after this inner work would he create his strategy. Musashi wrote something profound. Most battles are decided before the first sword is drawn. The warrior with the clearer plan, rooted in deeper purpose, moves with certainty while their opponent hesitates. The same principle applies to your goals. When you create a plan without understanding your deeper purpose, it becomes just another draining to-do list. But when your plan connects to something meaningful, the discipline becomes natural. You're not forcing yourself anymore. You're honoring something that matters. The samurai called this Kokoro no Keikaku, the plan of the heart. Not a plan based on what you think you should do or what looks impressive, but a plan your spirit can genuinely follow. Now here's something that might surprise you. The samurai planning method isn't about adding more to your life. It's about removing everything until only what's essential remains. Most planning advice tells you to add things. Add routines, add systems, add accountability, add more goals. The samurai approach is the opposite. Subtract until you find clarity. When I finally understood this, I took my 47 goals and asked one honest question for each. Does this truly matter to who I'm becoming? 43 fell away. And for the first time in years, I felt lighter, more focused, like I could finally breathe. That's the foundation of samurai planning. Clarity doesn't come from better organization, it comes from knowing what to let go of. So how do you actually apply this? Let me walk you through the 3 stages the samurai used. Stage 1 is stillness, the clearing. Before making any plan, the samurai practiced what they called mokuso, silent sitting. This wasn't about relaxation, it was about seeing clearly. Here's what you do. Find 5 quiet minutes. Sit comfortably, close your eyes and ask yourself, what is the one thing I truly want to create in the next 3 months? Not 10 things, just 1. Let that question settle. Don't force an answer. Your mind might offer impressive sounding goals first. Let those pass by. Wait for the answer that feels both quiet and certain. There's a story about Musashi before his most famous duel. He spent hours sitting completely still on a boat while his opponent grew increasingly agitated, waiting on shore. Musashi wasn't stalling, he was clarifying. By the time he stepped off that boat, he knew exactly how things would unfold. You need your version of that stillness. Once you have your one goal, you need to connect it to something deeper. This is stage 2. The samurai used what I call the 3 anchors. First, the cost of staying the same. If you don't pursue this goal, where will you be in a year? In 5 years? Be honest with yourself. The samurai meditated on impermanence to appreciate what truly mattered. Second, who you're becoming. A samurai fought to honor their role as a protector. What role are you honoring? A creator? Someone who keeps their word? A person who builds instead of just plans? Name it. Third, the legacy question. When you're much older, looking back, what will you be glad you didn't abandon? This becomes your compass when motivation fades. Write these 3 anchors down. When things get difficult, and they will, these anchors will guide you back to your path. Stage 3, structure. The simple plan. Now you're ready to create your plan. But this isn't a 50-step roadmap. The samurai structure has 3 simple parts. Part 1, your first small victory. What's the smallest, most certain step you can take in the next 24 hours? If your goal is writing a book, your first victory isn't write chapter 1. It's write 1 paragraph. Start with what you know you can do. Part 2. Your obstacle plan. Here's what makes this different. The samurai didn't just plan for success. They planned for challenges. Ask yourself, when I lose motivation, what will I do? When life gets chaotic, how will I adapt? Write down your if-then responses. If I wake up tired, I'll do a shorter version. If I feel discouraged, I'll reread my purpose anchors. Part 3. Your daily practice. Every morning, the samurai had a ritual where they'd review their code and reconnect with their purpose. You need something similar. Choose one time each day, even just 5 minutes, where you review your plan and recommit to it. This keeps your path alive. Let me tell you what this looked like for me. After cutting down my 47 goals, I chose 1 to focus on, creating this channel to share what I was learning about focus and clarity. My stillness answer: help people find direction in a scattered world. My 3 anchors: if I don't do this, I'll always be consuming other people's wisdom instead of contributing my own. I'm becoming a teacher, someone who turns confusion into understanding. When I'm older, I want to know I added something meaningful. My structure: first victory. Write and publish 1 video this week, even if it's not perfect. Obstacle plan. When I doubt my content, I'll remember that everyone starts rough. When I lose momentum, I'll watch 1 video from a creator I respect and let that inspire me. Daily practice. Every morning, before anything else, I spend 5 minutes reconnecting with why this matters. I know I can do this because my plan is connected to something that genuinely matters to me. And here's what I've learned. The samurai spent their lives preparing for moments where clarity was essential, where hesitation could cost everything. We face similar moments, just in different forms. Every day, you choose between following through or drifting back into distraction, between honoring your path or abandoning it, for comfort. The samurai had a phrase, ichigo ichie. This moment, once, never again. They treated each day as precious because they understood its impermanence. You don't have unlimited time to build what matters to you, but you do have today. So here's what I'd invite you to do. In the next day or 2, work through these 3 stages. Find your one goal. Connect it to real purpose. Create your simple structure. Then come back and let me know in the comments. Write, I have my plan, not as pressure, but as a gentle commitment to yourself. The samurai proved their philosophy through consistent action, not just beautiful words. This is your chance to do the same. Remember what we started with. The plan is not for the world, it's for your spirit. Create something you can genuinely follow, something that brings you back to yourself. You don't need everything figured out, you just need one clear direction and the willingness to walk it 1 step at a time. If this helped you find a bit more clarity, I'd appreciate it if you'd share it with someone who might need it too. And I'll see you in the next one, where we'll explore more about living with intention. Until then, walk your path with presence.